Big Time Pro Wrestling right here live in Huntington, West Virginia at the Big Time Pro Wrestling Academy. Right here with legendary Larry D, Impact Wrestling superstar. Larry, how you been doing?
I've been doing great, man. This is a dream come true right here.
Everybody was asking, keep asking over and over and stuff. I mean, how long have you been with Impact Wrestling now?
I've been with Impact Wrestling going on a year. I've worked with them in the past for about on and off as far as Twitch shows, about 2 years, and you're just chugging and plugging, and eventually I earned my spot.
Absolutely. Now, you was actually shocked when they offered you the contract. Right?
Yes.
It was right in the middle of the ring. Everybody saw it all over TV and stuff. Was you expecting that at all?
No, not at all. I was definitely not expecting that, but I felt like in that moment, in that time, everything that I worked for couldn't be denied. Everything that I worked for couldn't be passed up anymore. And I feel like Impact Management Office seen what I had to offer right there on No Surrender, and they deemed it necessary to offer me a contract, and I was more than happy to take that, because that's something that we worked for our entire lives. It's something that I've dreamed of since I was a kid when I first started watching wrestling, was to make it to the next level and to be on television and to prove that you don't have to. I come from a town that you make cars. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make Toyota cars and ship them on the line, and that just didn't cut it for me.
I know that's in Kentucky. Tell the people where at in Kentucky.
I live in Georgetown, Kentucky. It's outside of Lexington, and it produces Camrys at the Toyota plant. We're the biggest Camry supplier in the world, and that's what everyone is expected to do with their lives, is push cars off the line. Well, you know, I'm expected to push people off the mat and out of the ring, and that's what I want to do.
But tell the people how long have you been in professional wrestling?
I've been in wrestling almost 2 decades now. I mean, it'll be 20 years in March. It's a long, hard road. But you know, you see a lot of things, you meet a lot of people, and you work for good things come back in return.
Good. And you actually took that 20 years and ran with it. And if I remember, you took no time off, didn't you?
Maybe there may have been a time when I had my children early. I mean, it took 4 to 6 weeks off, but as far as a long amount of time,
never gave up.
Never gave up. Never gave up. There was a time that I questioned being there when my first marriage ended, and then I realized when I walked away from wrestling for about 4 weeks that wrestling was exactly what I needed, because it gave me that kick in the rear end to make a better today for everyone around me.
Because you have you down there, and if I'm not mistaken, Abyss came from that area?
Yeah, he actually came from the Cincinnati area with our sister promotion, the NWF, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Roger Ruffin, the great guy.
Great guy. NWF's great.
Yeah, also he trained Abyss, Chris Harris, Carl Anderson, Julian Hall. I mean, he rose them out up there.
And that's just right across the bridge from you?
Right across the bridge, right up northern Kentucky, right across the bridge.
Now, where did you get started at?
I got started with a guy named Payne. His name is Calvin Smith, and he took me under his wing, and what we thought would not be wrestling training, as far as it just went to showing me how to lock up, and then next thing you know, it went into weekly trainings, and twice, 3 times a week on a solid ground, or may have been a board with tires underneath, whatever it might be. He was only 2 years ahead of me, so he gave me what experience that he had, and then it was on my own to figure it out. And you know, with traveling and meeting people, making the right connections, I did well for myself. Just that don't come easy. That does not come with roadblocks. That does not, without roadblocks, that does not come with heartache and you know, tragedy. But you know, the reward's way bigger, I feel. So I've always tell everyone, when you think it's bad and you feel like you can't plug anymore, keep plugging, because good things happen to people that work hard.
Now, it's Big Time Pro Wrestling right here in Huntington, West Virginia. Now, you actually started with this promotion. We actually brought you in actually maybe a couple years right after you started.
Yeah, I was still a teenager. You know, I was a very young man.
So right here we are at the Big Time Pro Wrestling Academy. You're actually, you might as well say one of the main trainers because they have you up here once or twice a month up here with your schedule and stuff. If anybody wants to join professional wrestling right here in the state of West Virginia, with your help, and also you got your other people that's under your wing as well, Nate Gnarly, Chris Miles, and Johnny Bless, all them guys. But what would you say to people right now once they get into professional wrestling business? What do you consider developed from what Big Time Pro Wrestling started 20 years ago until now? What do you recommend?
Well, Big Time Wrestling started like a little bus station. When I first came in, there was one way in and there was one way out, and it wasn't much bigger than this place, to be honest with you. And you know, as we grow and I could come down less because my schedule got so crazy. When I did come back, I seen growth. I seen pro wrestling being a boom area in Huntington as to what it was when I left prior, and I couldn't be more happier with where it's at now. I feel like I'm down here on a regular, helping advance and teach these students here at the Big Time Academy. I feel like I get to bring my students from Legend Pro Wrestling Academy, and we all work and we network and we work together, and I bring my system and my coaches, and it just works well. If you want to learn pro wrestling, come to Huntington, West Virginia. If you want to learn pro wrestling in Kentucky, come to Legends Pro Wrestling Academy, because it all goes hand in hand. We're all here to make wrestling better for each and every one of us.
In the state of Ohio, you think Roger Ruffin probably would be the best bet to go to?
I feel like for what you get, I feel like Roger Ruffin would be the Bone Crusher School of Pro Wrestling right there in Cincinnati would be your best place to go. On top of that, I feel like you need to go up to Rockstar Pro, which also offers a very good training school in Dayton, Ohio. So there's lots of opportunities.
That's the Chris Bros, am I correct?
I'm sorry?
The Chris Bros, right?
No, that is Chadwick Scott. I think Zachary Wentz and Kimberly may be the head trainers. You have to double check me. But I know that they run a very, very good school. And if you want to learn wrestling right in Ohio, I think you go to Roger Ruffin. I think you go to Rockstar Pro. I think you go in Kentucky to Legends Pro. And I think in West Virginia you come to Big Time Academy. Because we all work together. So everyone's going to, you make connections and you network, and that's the thing. The biggest thing is just making friends for life above all. And that's one thing I can say about wrestling is I've made several friends for life.
Absolutely. Now, do you think that, what is your, I mean, everybody's goal to be to the top, but what do you see yourself in professional wrestling? One of the questions somebody's asking here is, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? They want to know if other better opportunities come, do you think you go to one of the AEW or WWE? That's what they're asking.
The thing about it is like I don't even venture to think questions like that, because I'm so content with where I'm at. You know, I can't control a year from now. I can't control tomorrow. I don't know where any of us will be at that time. I can only speak up here and now. And here and now.
Tomorrow,
that's exactly right. But right now, I know this much, is that I'm happy as I've ever been in pro wrestling with Impact Wrestling. They treat me great. I have no complaints there. And if I spend the rest of my career with Impact Wrestling, I am A-OK, completely content with that, because I feel like the product is just as good as any other, if not better. And I feel like the locker room is loaded with talent and ambition and drive. And I feel like we're coming up. And I feel like that people are starting to take notice.
I think you're correct on that. I really do believe in it. Myself, I like watching Impact. You know, I do wrestling. You know, any WWE pay-per-view or Monday Night Raw.
Right.
Because you get true professional wrestling.
Right. And I also feel like, regardless of what product you like, as long as you support it. We can't not support pro wrestling, whether it be on an indie level, television level, international level. The fact is, you watch what you watch and you enjoy what you enjoy. You know, you might not like Impact, so be it. You might like the other products, so be it. As long as you're genuinely enjoying it, that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, pro wrestling wins regardless.
Absolutely. Now, some of the stars that you had a great time in big time pro wrestling right here from your first start. Myself and you was tagging the remember Demolition Acts, all them guys.
He fish hooked me.
Fish, yes. And,
I did get to beat up Ivan Koloff when I was 18 years old right here at Big Time Wrestling.
One of the
market, I know that.
Yes.
I lived it.
One of the biggest feuds in big time pro wrestling. People still talk is you and Chris Miles. He went on to his MMA career and stuff like that. You stuck with professional wrestling, stuff like that. So, I mean, what do you, I know y'all have somewhat respect for each other. What do you think of Chris's MMA career?
I think that Chris is extremely talented. I think that the sky is the limit. I think that Chris needs to be in a cage. You know, I've been in the wrestling ring with him, so I know what he's like. He's an animal. So, you know, what do you do with animals? You got to cage them. And what happens when you see a caged animal? Well, you look at Chris Miles and you can see his record, his knockouts, his videos, everything speaks for itself. I feel like he's the real deal. I feel like he can put Huntington on the map, the same as what's his name, the brother from here in Huntington, the big guy, Roy Nelson.
Yes.
You know, I feel like he brings that excitement back to this area. I feel like he brings hope to the area, and I feel like he's very good at what he does, and I wish him the best. But if he decides to get in the ring, you know, obviously I'm going to show him I'm the man again.
Absolutely. All right, we're right here, Big Time Pro Wrestling. One more time, if you wanted anybody to come out and join Big Time Pro Wrestling Academy, right here's the man right here, one of the main trainers there. Larry, thank you for your opportunity and wish you the best in traveling. Be safe, and if anybody wants to join, they can come on down here, and Legends Academy is...
Sign up! Sign up! It's time to go! It's time to go! Right now it's time to jump. Live pro wrestling, there's nothing like stepping in the square.
See y'all soon. Thank you.